Oh, hi, it's Randy Kelly. Why have I not done a video like this in over a year? This is movies I watched recently, because I watched a lot recently. None of them are terrible. I don't think any of these were terrible to my knowledge. I have to look at my list. Okay, so let's start with this horror movie that nobody that I talk to knows what this is. I'm like, how is that possible? Because I see ads for it all the time. I don't know. It's this movie called Leviticus. It didn't come out that long ago, but I feel like it got overshadowed by Obsession, Backrooms, all the hype around those big movies. I feel like nobody heard about this apparently. It's an Australian movie, but it premiered in the United States. So I'm like, huh? It's a gay horror film and it looked interesting. It's like the same people that did Talk to Me. Have you seen Talk to Me? That's another one that I feel like people don't know about. I actually don't love Talk to Me. I think that's kind of not a good movie, but people love Talk to Me. I'm one of those people that don't like it. I don't know why. It does not appeal to me. It's like a supernatural horror film. These are the same people that did that, and that has a lot of fans. So, okay, so Leviticus, I did actually like more than Talk to Me. I like Leviticus. Leviticus is where these two teenage boys are in this small town that's very close-minded, obviously. There's a brunette, there's a blonde. The brunette is new to the town. They're secretly hooking up. Okay, but the blonde, who's a lot cuter than the brunette, he's also hooking up with another person. The brunette sees him hooking up with another guy and gets jealous, so he goes and reports it. Basically, they're exposed then, and nobody wants them to be gay. Like, their families, this is literally like a farm town or something. Like, everybody's anti-gay and homophobic, so they're like, okay, let's take them to a priest or something, and he performs this ritual thing, and they become essentially possessed. Like, and eventually, the guy that reported this also gets the ritual done to him. So what happens with this ritual, I don't know what else to call it, you start to see this entity that looks like the person you're in love with, which is the other guy. So it literally looks like the guy you're in love with, however, it's not them, it's an evil version of them that's trying to fucking kill you. So that's the whole point of the movie, is like they keep seeing this thing that's trying to kill them, but it looks like them, so they never know if is it the entity or is it the person that I love. I don't know. There was a lot of buildup for me with this movie because I saw it all over Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm like, when people tell me they haven't heard of it, I'm like, that's so weird. I guess my algorithm just knows. Clearly my algorithm knows that I'm fucking obsessed with horror and I'm also gay. So yes, it's a good movie. It's a unique concept in regards to the gay thing, but I don't think it's the most groundbreaking movie. There's some violent moments, which I appreciated, and it is kind of eerie. It's not super, super scary. There's anxious moments, there's intense moments, but I don't know. I don't really think it's the most memorable movie. The boys, who, by the way, they're adults, they're not actual teenagers. Like the blonde that is attractive, he's 21 years old, so he is cute. They do have good chemistry. They are kissing in this movie. It is romantic. It's intimate. So if you're anti-gay, I would not watch that. But if you're anti-gay, I actually don't know why you're watching this video then, because I'm fucking gay. So I would give Leviticus a 6.5 out of 10. Okay, the next movie that I'm going to talk about is called Slanted. Also a movie that I don't think most people have heard of. It really went under the radar, even though McKenna Grace is in it. I've talked about McKenna Grace before. She's like that girl that's going through her Jenna Ortega phase where she's in everything. She was in Regretting You. She's going to be the new Daphne in Scooby-Doo. She's that blonde. She was in Scream 7. She's a blonde girl that's in like everything right now. I don't know if you know her by name, but anyway, she was in this. You're going to die, no pun intended, when I tell you this fucking concept. This is a racial movie. Okay, this is about an Asian girl in high school that really wants to be prom queen, but she looks around and realizes every prom queen is blonde and white. And she really wants to be popular. She really wants to be that bitch. And she's an Asian girl that doesn't get the recognition she thinks she deserves. And there's this really popular girl at school who's like an influencer as well. And she admires her, even though she's a total bitch. Oh my God. She's like fake as hell. She'll like film something. And then as soon as she stops filming, she's like a total cunt. Like this main character even bleaches her hair at one point because she just wants to fit in more. And now this movie is very similar to The Substance, which we all know is a cult classic that I adore. I love that movie, seen it many times. This is very similar to that, but not as good. There is a clinic that you can go to and they will transform you basically into a white person. They literally say it. Like, I know that sounds super racial, but they literally say it in the movie. They're like, yeah, we'll turn you white. I'm kind of surprised McKenna Grace is in this because she has a very squeaky clean image in my opinion. Like if you watch interviews of this girl, she's literally a saint. It's like I even commented on a video, she's so sweet with the sad face, the puppy dog eyes, because I'm like, why is she so nice? I can't fathom that she'd be in this, but she's in it. So this Asian main character undergoes this treatment. She comes out and she's McKenna Grace, who's a white girl with blonde hair. She goes home and her Asian parents are like, who the hell are you? And she's like, it's me. And she has to explain to them it's literally her. And they're not happy that she did this. And now she's going to live her new life as a white woman. And she's all happy and excited because she's like, now I can be popular. Now I can be prom queen. Everybody's going to love me. And obviously it never works out that way. I mean, they do like her and stuff because they don't know it's actually the Asian girl from before. They think it's a new student. So she does become popular and she starts hanging out with the cool kids. She's a contestant for prom queen. She abandons her friend from before. It's very Mean Girls-esque, like Katie, how she changes into a mean girl because she hangs out with them. That's this girl. She starts becoming more like them. But you know where this is going. In horror movie fashion, this backfires on her. She starts to deteriorate. deteriorate. Like her skin starts to peel. She looks crazy. She starts to look like this monster almost, like kind of like in The Substance. And she totally abandoned her friends from before, her family. She's not in good standing with her family, her previous friends. She kind of realizes the whole message is like the grass is not always greener. It was a decent flick. I didn't not like it, but I thought it was a little too long because everything was so predictable. We knew where it was going. I like body horror. I think it's interesting, but this was nothing new. We literally knew what was going to happen for the most part, so it was predictable. By the way, I cannot fucking believe they named it Slanted. I'm like, really? So I would give Slanted a 6 out of 10. Okay, the next movie I saw, I had been waiting to see this. It's called The Drama. This is probably the most well-known movie that I'm going to talk about in this video. I feel like everybody's heard of it. It is Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. By the way, Robert Pattinson, I don't like in the movie. For some reason, I just don't like him. I don't know if it's Robert Pattinson's just character or it's the script, but he says and too much. And I just don't, his character drives me nuts in this movie. Zendaya is a sweetheart. I do like Zendaya. I'm not like obsessed with her the way that America is obsessed with her. Like everybody eats her ass. I'm like, you got lucky, girl. Cause like most people get a lot of hate. Ariana Grande, Sydney Sweeney, Taylor Swift. And then everybody loves her. So I'm like, okay, she's a talented woman. She's an adorable woman. She seems like a sweet person, but I'm not obsessed with her. Like, I just feel like, why does she get special treatment above everybody? Anyway, I just hate people getting bullied. So I hate seeing people that seem equally as nice, equally as talented, get so much hate, and then somebody gets so much praise, and it's like, what's the difference? But anyway, she's adorable, and I do like her. Okay, so these two are getting married in the movie. Right before the wedding, they're planning the wedding. They have this little game they play with their two friends where they say the worst thing they've ever done. Zendaya's worst thing she's ever done is very bad. It changes the course of the whole movie because it's pretty bad and they can't let it go. And it affects the wedding. It affects everything. Everything kind of goes downhill from there. And that's the whole synopsis. And I can't say what it is because that'd be a huge spoiler. So Zendaya confesses this to her fiance and then to the maid of honor and her husband. The maid of honor is the main person that will not let this go. She's a very bitchy girl. And I get it. The confession is not good. It's bad. But the maid of honor is like lit at the wedding. She's drinking the entire time. She almost exposes this at the wedding. Like she's very like annoying. You're not gonna like her. For the most part, the movie is entertaining, but there are moments where I was like, this is a little dull. This is a little tedious. I kept pausing it to go on my phone to do something because I don't want to miss anything crucial. But I felt like everything from the wedding on was pretty great. Like I was focused and invested, but before that I was like, this is a little dull. I would give The Drama 5.5 out of 10. It's not a bad movie. It's very average. It's kind of forgettable, which it's a good cast. There were some moments I literally laughed out loud. It was funny at times and it's intense at times, but it's a little bit forgettable for me. Just saying. Okay, this next movie, I never knew if I was going to actually watch this, and I decided to watch it because I knew I was going to make this video. I was like, well, okay, let's watch it. This is an A24 movie directed by Osgood Perkins. He did Longlegs, he did Black Coat's Daughter, he did The Monkey. Osgood Perkins is the son of Anthony Perkins, who was in Psycho, which is an iconic film in horror. And then also, he was the guy in Legally Blonde, the nerdy one. Remember when she goes to law school and they're sitting in a circle and they have to introduce themselves and he's really awkward and he's nerdy? That's him. Okay, so I watched this on Hulu. It's called Keeper. And I didn't know if it was going to be good because a lot of comments online said it was very slow. That's why I was kind of like, I don't know if I should watch it, but then I watched it. Let me just say, this is my opinion, Randy Kelly's opinion. It is a little slow, but I don't think it's like a super, super boring movie, but there are moments, yes, it's kind of slow. I think true horror fans will appreciate the slow burn of it, but if you're not into horror that much, I don't think this is the one. It's very weird. It's A24. We know how that goes. Very weird. It gave me a lot of anxiety. It's a very anxious movie with a lot of creepy happenings. Okay, so Keeper is where this girl named Liz is dating this guy. It's their year anniversary, and for the weekend, they go to this house in the woods. Go figure. It's like his lake house or something. He's a doctor, and there's strange occurrences happening at this house over that weekend. She starts seeing things, and I can't really say much, but somebody's up to something. Let's just say that. There's only like 4 actors in this movie, so the most of the movie is this couple, right? There's 2 other people later you see, but there's not a lot of people in this. So yes, it's a slow burn. It was okay. I would say 6 out of 10 for Keeper. I found myself hiding my face a lot, but I was also alone in a house watching this by myself, so I don't know if I was just really creeped out, but I kept covering my face because like I kept feeling like something was going to happen. It was creepy. My anxiety was at an all-time high. It's very anxiety inducing, so if you like that shit, here you go. Okay, so this isn't a movie. This is a documentary I watched on Netflix, a 3-part documentary. I already knew this story. I've already watched documentaries on this. This is called Ohio Murders, College Nightmare. It's about Brian Koberger breaking into that house 4 years ago in 2022 when he broke into that house in the college town and he stabbed to death 4 people. It was 3 girls and 1 guy, all in college, and it was this big thing. So this happened in 2022. Last summer was supposed to be the trial, but then he took a plea deal and he just admitted to doing it basically, and he went to prison, right? But now fast forward 1 year later, he's claiming that he's innocent and he wants a trial. I don't think anybody's going to believe that he's innocent, but I don't know if they're going to have a trial. I don't really know what's happening with that, but this is an interesting documentary. There's a lot of body cam footage from the cops. Also, mind you, there was 2 other girls in that house when this happened. So there was 6 college students in that house when this guy broke in, allegedly. I mean, I think he did, obviously, but anyway, the speculation, because he never gave a reason why he did it. The families want to know, why did you do this? Why them? I think for the families, that would be the point of the trial at this point, is to get to a resolution of why did you do this? Why did you pick these people to murder? The speculation is that he was targeting one of the blonde girls. There was 2 blonde girls, Kaylee and Maddie. They were on the 3rd floor and they were the first ones murdered. So the kids in the house were in their early 20s. Brian Koberger at the time was 28. People think maybe he was obsessed with either Kaylee or Maddie. This is purely speculation, but maybe he like hit on one of them and they denied him, so he was resentful. He was like stalking that house. There was video footage showing his car constantly passing that house. He did not live in that area. He would travel and constantly be in that area shopping and driving really late at night by that house, which was really weird. Like the cell phone towers were pinging his phone in that area very late at night. It was very weird, which leads you to believe that he was stalking that house and stalking them, and that's why he committed the murders. And then as soon as the murders happened, he wasn't in that area ever again, really. So I also learned he was vegan and that Maddie worked at a vegan restaurant, so maybe they met at that restaurant. There's so many theories out there, like literally. People online refer to him as like an incel, where you can't get laid, basically. I learned an incel is where you basically can't get laid or get a woman, and then you start blaming women. Like you start having a lot of resentment towards women because they don't want you in a romantic way. And I guess he was like working at a school doing something, and he would constantly have bickering with women, and he was talking down to them and always like getting into it with a woman. So these 4 people were stabbed with a knife, and he left the knife holder in the house, so there was DNA on that. And then also, yeah, his car was on camera like around the area and speeding out of there. Obviously it was Brian that killed them, because there's theories, oh my god, was it the roommates, that the 2 girl roommates that locked themselves in the room? Like they didn't call the police. They called their 2 other friends who ended up coming over and finding the bodies. They never called the police, so people thought that was strange. However, I don't think they're responsible for the murders. It is weird though, if I see somebody in my hallway with a ski mask on their face, I'm gonna go in the room, lock the door, and call the police. I'm not gonna call my friend. I have no explanation or idea why they didn't call the police. I heard maybe there was drugs in the house, maybe there was just because of the drinking. None of them were really 21. I don't know, but anyway, it doesn't really matter, because I definitely think it was Brian that killed them. There's so much evidence saying it was him. And also, bitch, if I get accused of murder, I'm not gonna take a plea deal that I did the murder. I'm gonna go to trial because I know I didn't do it. Just like Jen Shaw from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you don't take a plea deal for something if you truly in your heart know you did not do it. You stand on it and be like, I did not fucking do this. Take me to trial. I have nothing to lose. No, you did it. I was very interested in this documentary. I would give it an 8 out of 10. I was so invested because I'm interested in this whole story. Brian Koberger is very weird looking. He's very unattractive in my opinion and just creepy. Like it makes it creepier because he looks like a creep. Also, so I already knew this, but this is a reminder in the documentary. Last summer, they did victim impact statements where all the family members of the deceased came forward in court and gave their statement to Brian before he went into prison. I had seen these clips, but I kind of forgot about it. This was a reminder. Basically, Maddie's family went up there, right? So the dad, the sister, they were very pleasant and it was very calm. They gave their statements, but it was more about them moving forward and how they're going to recover from this and blah, blah, blah. Kaylee's then father and sister go up there. I'm like, oh shit. Kaylee's father grabs the podium, turns it to Brian. Like it's very aggressive for sure. And then the sister goes up there and just rips him a new asshole. Like her name's Olivia, but she literally spells it like Olivia. It's very strange spelling. But anyway, I've never seen a victim impact statement that was that intense. Like she went in, she was pissed. She says things like, sit up straight while I talk to you. You're nothing but a pathetic, delusional loser. And she also ended it with swearing, which you're not supposed to swear in these statements, but they're not going to tell her, oh my god, stop. She ended the speech by basically saying, if you hadn't snuck into the house in the middle of the night like a pedophile, Kaylee wouldn't have been sleeping and she would have kicked your fucking ass. I literally had anxiety listening to that statement. I was like, oh my god. I already knew a lot of the information, but if you don't know the story, then yeah, definitely watch that. You're gonna learn all about it. But I feel like my video is giving you a nice little condensed version, so you kind of know already. Okay, so the next thing I watch, it's called Furious on Hulu. It has Emmy Rossum, which by the way, I heard she's a nightmare to work with. I don't know how true that is. I do believe it. She was a nightmare on Shameless. Okay, so here's some tea if you did not know. The girl that played Debbie, her sister in the show, did not want to work with her. She had anxiety working with her because Basically, when Emmy Rossum was in a mood, everybody on set felt it. Everybody said that she was difficult to work with at times. The creator of Shameless didn't even want to hire her because she had a reputation from Poseidon and Phantom of the Opera. She already had a reputation for being a pain in the ass to work with, and he did not want to hire her. He did hire her. She was good for that show, I would say. I think I watched like 4 or 5 seasons of that show before I got over it, but she is a great actress. I'm just saying she sounds like a nightmare to work with, and apparently they weren't close with her. Like, they would all hang out outside of the set, and she was like not invited. So anyway, this show, it's airing every week, so there's actually a new one I have to watch today. I've watched 3 episodes. Episode 4 I'm going to watch today. It's called Furious, and she's an FBI agent, and this is loosely based on a movie from the 80s or 70s or something. It's this female serial killer that is targeting people, and you know who the killer is right off the bat. This isn't like a hidden killer. By the way, the girl that plays the killer is very weird. I looked her up because I was like, who is this girl? Like, I feel like I've seen her before. So she's targeting rich men that wronged her when she was younger, when she was underage, like 15 years old. Basically, they like abused her, and she's coming for them. So far, it's a really interesting show. I kind of love it, actually. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10 so far, but I don't know, because it could get worse, it could get better. You never know. Okay, last movie that I watched recently is so random. I had never even heard of this movie. This is from 2002. This is an old movie. I found it on Hulu, and I was like, what is this? My skin is very slippery right now, and my nose ring keeps falling out of my nose. So if you see something hanging from my nose, that would explain that. Hi, this is me from the future. I realized I never said the title of this movie. It's called The Rules of Attraction. Okay, bye. This movie has Jessica Biel, James Van Der Beek, Ian Somerhalder. Is that how you say it? I don't really know him well. I never watched Vampire Diaries, but he's cute in this movie. He is gorgeous in this movie. I don't know how old Ian Somerhalder was in this, probably 24 or something, but he had big blue eyes. He looked amazing, and he plays a gay man. Well, bi, but like he's really gay in the movie. He has a crush on James Van Der Beek, who's from Dawson's Creek, who recently passed away. It's very sad. If you don't know, James Van Der Beek was 48 years old. He had colon cancer. He just passed away like a few months ago. But in the movie, they're all in college. It's a love triangle. So Ian Somerhalder is obsessed with James Van Der Beek. James Van Der Beek is obsessed with this girl with brown hair. She's from 40 Days and 40 Nights, if you've ever seen that. I literally don't know this girl's name in real life, but I do know her face. Anyway, so James Van Der Beek wants her. Ian wants James Van Der Beek. And there is a scene where those two make out. Ian and James fucking make out in the movie. I find both of these men attractive, right? Especially in this movie, they looked good. So when they were making out and having like this intimate moment, I was like, oh my God, my gay heart. That's literally why I watched this movie, because I saw that it was like a romance including men. If there wasn't the gay aspect of the storyline, I wouldn't have watched it. I literally watched it because I was like, okay, are they gonna hook up or something? Like, I want to see where it goes. And I would say this is a comedy / drama, and I love those early 2000 comedy type movies. So I was like, let's give it a shot. And Jessica Biel is in it, but she's barely in it. She's like barely in the fucking movie, and they put her in the thumbnail because she's the most famous one, so they wanted to get your attention. But she has blonde hair, and she looks really good in this movie. She's like a hoe. I enjoyed her. It's not one of my new favorite classics or something. I would give it a 5.5 out of 10, but I wanted to include it in my list. Okay, so those are things I've watched recently. Now I'm going to list things that are coming out soon that I'm very looking forward to. So in October, 2 shows come out that I am dying to see. The Carrie series by Mike Flanagan. I'm so excited for it. I think this is going to be amazing. I know we're all sick of that story. Well, I'm not, but you might be. But I feel like they're going to elaborate a lot more on the bullying aspect, their home life. I am so looking forward to the Carrie series. I'm going to watch every fucking episode. I think Carrie's iconic, the original and the remake. I don't mind the remake at all. It's one of the best Stephen King stories. I would say Carrie, The Shining, and Misery are Stephen King's best. Well, and I heard it's going to be way different than you're thinking. It's going to be a more modernized version, which is good. Like, we've seen the original story twice now, so we don't need to see the exact same thing. Like, I do want it to be a little bit different, so I'm excited for that. And then also Crystal Lake series comes out in October. Linda Cardellini, do you know who that is? Who plays Velma from Scooby-Doo. If you know, you know. She plays the mother, Pamela Voorhees. And if you've seen Friday the 13th from 1980, she's a serial killer because her son drowned at the summer camp. The counselors were not paying attention, and she takes revenge on them. So she's going to play a psychopath in this show. I grew up obsessed with Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, but mostly Friday the 13th and Halloween. So I grew up obsessed with Jason. I had the DVD set with all the movies. Literally, I owned all the movies. Of course I'm going to watch this. Another thing that comes out in October that the trailer just dropped like 2 weeks ago. Okay, you've already seen it, I'm sure. Other Mommy with Jessica Chastain. Yeah, enough said. Watch the trailer, very creepy. Side note, I also heard Jessica Chastain is not who she portrays to be in interviews. She's actually a nightmare to work with as well. I heard she's shady. Like, she is not, she seems so nice in interviews and crap, but I heard she's not like that. She seems very sweet and easygoing, but I heard she's quite difficult and not the person you think she is. And this is from a reliable source on YouTube that knows people, so she knows people people in the business that have actually worked with Jessica Chastain. That is crazy, because every time I've seen her, I'm like, she seems like such a sweetheart. I guess that's not who she is. I had heard that the trailer for this Other Mommy thing was going to come out. It was before the Odyssey that they premiered it, and people said it was so scary, and I was like, okay, let's see how scary it is. It was scary. I jumped. You know what I'm talking about, the kitchen scene. I totally wasn't expecting that, and I jumped. This is based on a book from a different title. People say the book is really great, and the movie has a lot of hype around it. I think this is going to be the next big one of 2026, and I'm very looking forward to it. Also, I've already mentioned this, Ice Cream Man comes out August 7th. That looks so bloody, so gory, so sadistic. It's right up my alley. It's giving Terrifier. It's like Terrifier energy with how disgusting it looks. Like, it's Eli Roth. If you know about him, Eli Roth did like Hostel, which was also disgusting. Ice Cream Man is going to be very campy gore, where it's like over the top to the point where it's almost fake, but I don't mind. Like, I want to see that. But you might be nauseous watching that shit, because like, I know for Terrifier 2 and 3, I was a little like, okay, that's a lot of blood. It's fun, but you're like, god damn, that's a lot of blood. And last but not least, this is called Victorian Psycho. That comes out, I think, September, and it has Micah Monroe. She's from It Follows, Long Legs. She's in a lot of shit to watch her. She's also in Reminders of Him, which is so random, but I like her a lot, and this movie looks so good. This is also based on a book, and it has good reviews out already, and I really, really, really want to see it. And it's literally giving American Psycho, but a totally different vibe, and I love American Psycho, so I think Victorian Psycho is going to be great. She plays a psychotic bitch, obviously. Look at the title. Okay, well, those are things that I watched recently. Those are things that I want to see soon, and hopefully this video isn't 30 minutes long. Editing this is going to be a pain in the ass, but it's all for you. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay, well, Randall's going to go, and until next time, I'll talk to you soon.